Good afternoon, all. Stop doubting yourself, work hard, and make it happen. With this inspiring quote, I am Har Deepak, second year B.Tech IT. Welcome all my fellow colleagues for the Alumni Instruction Series 11 on Awareness on IT Career Paths. Today we have with us our alumni guest from the batch 2007 to 2011, Miss Bhamini Priya, to start the session. I would like to call our head of the department, Professor Dr. N. Kanya, to give the welcome address.
Thank you, Deepak, for inviting me to the welcome address. Excuse me. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. It's really pleasure to, excuse me, pleasure to give the welcome address to the alumni lecture series. Today we are having our guest, Mrs. Bhamini Priya Bhaskar. She's a student alumni of the batch 2007 and 2011. She is working as a project manager at Wipro Technologies Private Limited, Chennai. She is very studious and active student through on the course of study. She is very active and very much interact with the faculty members and interestingly participate in all the events and host many events. Maybe that leadership quality took her as a project manager today. We are happy to have you here, Bhavni. Bhavni, welcome you to this alumni series. She's going to talk on the title Awareness on IT Career Path. Welcome, Bhavni. And I'm happy to welcome all the participants who are attending this event through our virtual media. Welcome you all. I'm happy to thank the organizing secretary, C. Tamil Shelby, for her effort to make this event. I'm always gratitude to our founder chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam sir, and our president, Engineer A.C. Arun Kumar sir, for their continuous support and encouragement in organizing such kind of events. Welcome you all once again to this new lecture series. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would invite Miss D. Geetanjali to introduce the alumni guest speaker of the day.
Good afternoon, all. I'm D. Gitanjali of second year BTech IT. I'm honored to introduce our alumni guest from the batch 2007 to 2011, Ms. Bhavini Priya Bhaskar, for the Alumni Interaction Series 11 on awareness of on IT career paths. Ms. Bhavini Priya had completed her Bachelor of Technology in Information Technology from Dr. MGR and Research Institute in the year of 2011 and completed her Master of Science in Information System Management from IPITA University Paris, France in the year of 2013. Ms. Bhavini Priya started his career in 2012 as per a project manager in Newman Technology, Paris, France. Then in 2013, she got promoted as delivery manager in the Bangalore office. 2014 to 2022, she worked as a project manager in Hardware Technologies Chennai. She is currently a project manager, Wipro Technologies Private Limited Chennai. I'm sure this afternoon is going to be very informative and beneficial for all of us listening to Ms. Bhavini Priya. On behalf of the department IT and all of the participants, welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, Geetanjali. Ma'am, the session is all yours.
As Geetanjali said, she gave my full profile on it. I'm a student from MGR, Dr. MGR University, where all our career starts. So we know we have been playing, we have been studying, mostly in the college, we know what we do. So, but it gave us much enough information to thrive through this IT industry. So, first, I would thank our university for giving us an opportunity to learn and also to enjoy our college life. That should be highlighted, where we had fully had the fun filled college life and also with the education up to his level. So I have seen like all my batch students, almost everybody is well settled in an IT industry. That would be all because of the university and also our staffs who guided us. I would like to thank them firstly before I start here. And still we are in contact with them, and they are reaching to us for all these, and I am very thankful for all this, ma'am Kanya ma'am and Tamil ma'am, for the opportunity given to me to start with a presentation. So I would like to give you all some information. As I said now, like our teachers helped us, our teacher guided us, everything, right? So as long as we came in this career, always we had our teachers and parents with us, holding our hands, in each and every step they guided us. So now you are in a stage where they are helpless. They cannot do anything to you other than opening a door. So they brought you till here, they opened the door for you now. And I see even the staffs are guiding you how the industry is going to be, how you are going to achieve your goal. So this is where you have to step in. Until unless you are going to step in, there's no way that our teachers or our parents will help in this situation. So this is where you are going to select your path, what you are going to do, and most probably, like I want to say, you need to step up at this level, at this position. That is a very must. Just forget about the career, forget about the IT, anything. Just the first thing in your life, what you have to do is you have to learn to walk without the guidance of your teachers and parents, and it is must. They are not going to help us in any way. They could not also. If possible, they will do, we know. But there is no way that this is going to happen. That should be understood. And I want you all to have yourself, just stand up and then do whatever you have to do to get a right path. Okay, the first slide I have here is a post graduation with work. So I'll tell you the reason also why I added this as a first slide. Because I know, like most of us here will be thinking, I'm going to do my post graduation, why I'm going to listen to all this, why I should listen to, like how do I find a job, what is the career, what is IT. Anyway, I'm going to go to a post graduation. So can someone tell me, like why you have to do a post graduation? Is that necessary, or it's become a fashion now to do, or it is like you are going to escape for another 2 years? Any answer to these questions we have? No, we do not have any answers to this question. So I'll tell you something. Getting into a work or doing a post graduation is same. You are not losing anything getting into a work, or you are not losing anything doing a post graduation. If you are going to choose to do a post graduation today, that's a good option, I say. And there will be few who will be interested in work. There are several reasons we have in life, like we cannot proceed for the post graduation, we are not interested. It's all good, it's all the same, we are in the same boat. We are going to be starting a career. If I have to tell you from my standpoint, from what I think, is that a post graduation good idea now? I'll say no. You can do your post graduation anytime, even after you start your work. This is the time you have to find your work, and this is the easiest time, I should say, not the time, the easiest time, in easiest, fastest way you can find your work. The post graduation you are going to do for 2 years, and you are going to join again as a fresher. So that is not going to help you in any way. It's a degree you are going to hold. I agree that. Yes, it's a plus advantage of getting another degree, gaining more knowledge. Yes, good. I take it all that. But when you consider IT, if you ask me whether the undergraduates and postgraduates has any difference, I'll say no. There's no difference. When you finish your post graduation and start your career as a fresher, the friend who studied with you will have an already 2 years of experience. So he is not anymore a fresher. He is experienced. He will be a little ahead in the career from you. So I hope everybody is getting the difference now. What is the difference of being in a post graduation and getting into the work? So here the discussion here goes on the first stage, as I want all of you to just think this is the right time to find a work. If you are not able to find a work, if you are not succeeding in this journey of trying to find a job, your second option should be a post graduation. There is an option in your pocket that you should be using until and unless you don't get a work. That should be a mindset right now, according to me. So I know everybody will be in a mindset now. Work is not in my mind. I'm going to do a post graduation. That's a mistake. Don't ever do it. This is the time you find your work. I'm not saying nobody, please don't do post graduation. So this is the right time. Find your work. Try to find. I'm just saying try hard work. Do hard work. Try to find. There's no mistake doing your work immediately after your studies. There's no need of post graduation. Nobody asked for it. So at the right time, find the right things. Try to find at least. Do not sit back, relax, and say,
Bamni, sorry to interrupt.
"Yeah, ma'am."
Your slides are not moving.
No, ma'am. I'm keeping it in the same slide.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry to disturb. Can carry on.
Yeah. So, just I want everybody to think that this is the right time. I'm going to find my work. I agree it's going to be a tough journey. Yes, but give a try. So you always have a second option, right? So you don't have to worry. You have a second option of post graduation. You can do that. If until unless you don't find a work, that should be a mindset. I just wanted to make you think in that way, instead of thinking that, instead of sitting back and just relax and idle. I'm not going to find a work now. Just I'm going to do a post graduation. Okay, so moving forward, this will be more informative for you. So, how many of us know like what is IT industry? I know many of us thinks IT is only of software development. IT is a software development, right? But there are different streams in the industry. We have computer support. Support is the first admin support we can do. Cyber security, network and systems, and the main part comes software development, the one we all know. Data analytics is also a part. Cloud computing is the emerging technology now. Designing, you know, the designer also has some work in the IT. You can also be a designer in IT, business analyst and quality analyst. So these are the major I can say. There are still lots, but being in the industry, I can say these are the major streams IT has. So I know among us, many of us will be like have something in our mind that coding is not my job. Coding I cannot do. It's not easy to code. I'm not getting it. Don't worry. IT is not only coding. IT has lot of other things to do. So, as part of this, I would suggest you to the first thing what you have to do is you have to identify what is right for you. What skill does you suit? Does you just have to choose. Whether you are good in handling systems, you are good in OS part, and also you can try as a computer support. So you have to come to one. My first thing is like I want to you to identify what you can do. I don't want you to simply think I can only code. IT is only of coding. If I have to get into IT, I have to know .NET, I have to know C sharp, I have to know HTML. No, it's not required at all. You can identify. I'll tell you the major things which is listed here. Doesn't other than the software development, others doesn't have anything related to coding. Computer support, no, nothing related to coding. Cybersecurity, it's all related to the securities, and there's not much of coding in that, we can say. Again, network and systems, that is that I think like most of us will not have a much knowledge on network and systems. Just go and check. But that is also an interesting topic which mostly relates to the electricals kind of things. If you are interested, you will also be able to get well versed with the network and system. And comes the software development. I know that is again a vast. We have n number of software developments. There is still the old technology is live, and we have current new platforms also have emerged. We'll go deep into that. Then the data analytics. We do have data analytics that does not involve any of the coding. Cloud computing we have, that is the emerging technology, I can say, moving to cloud. So everybody, all the industry is moving to cloud now. From the servers, we are moving to cloud. That is an emerging. Maybe if you are see, if it is an I'll tell you some difference between the old technology and an emerging technology. The old technology, it already has the expertise in the industry. So you are going to learn the technology and work along with them. If you are going to get interested and study new things, for example, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, machine learning. So it's an emerging technology. You learn that and you will be a part of it. You're going to be a part of it and you will learn more things. Your career growth will be faster. But it all depends, right? What what we feel to do. Okay, maybe like when Kanya ma'am introduced me, like we would have seen like we have here like she said, Bamni was during her studies itself in leadership quality she did well. So that is the difference. I identified myself that I can fit good into a leadership place. So that is where I chose my career into. So that is the reason I could excel. I'll tell you the story, also my story, how I struggled to survive in this industry, being a project manager from starting of my career. That is one thing. Maybe you everybody has to think we all can come into a position only after 10 years. But I have started my career as a project manager. How that happens? That's only one thing. I have identified myself what best suits me, what I can do. If you ask me about network, if you're going to ask me about cybersecurity, my mind, I am not interested. That is where in the colleges and we have n number of subjects where we identify our skills. So by now we should be identifying our skills. Okay, I know this. I know I can growth. I can have a growth in this. There is no nothing like this field as a growth. Only this as a growth. It only depends on us. If you are well fitting into the position, you will be able to grow faster. So that is the first thing I wanted to say. Identify what you want to do. What is your skill? Do not look into the industry. Do not look into what is emerging, what is new. Nothing. First thing, what you can do. Identify yourself. Sit and think what I can do. If you're good in talking, if you're good convincing people, then business analyst is the role. You can do it. You do have your role. Everybody has a place, everybody can choose. The only problem is we fail to identify ourselves and we go get fit into the one which we don't like. So the major part is now is before you start your career, identify what you want, what you can do, not what you want. Yeah, what you want is also a thing, but what you can do, what you're capable of. So everybody has a place here. You have to identify your right place and make your sitting there. That plays a key role here. That's what I wanted to register here. And the last we have quality analyst. If you're good, so like we have most of us are using mobile phones. So we know we'll be using apps, we'll be using WhatsApp, Facebook, everything. We know where to go, where to come. That is part of quality analyst. It's like slightly you're going to tweak it, you're going to test it, you're going to identify the mistake. So everything is related to us. We have to identify what suits for us. If you are identifying what suits you, you can grow faster in the industry. So coming to the software development, we say software development. So by now you all will be thinking like .NET, C Sharp, uh, C++ is the only HTML, is the only softwares we have to learn, we have to thoroughly understand, then we can find a job in the IT. Is that true? No. That is all a basic where you have to invest your knowledge, you have to have your additional skills, and there are a lot of other things in the industry where you have to acquire it. So that is where our next thing is invest in learning skill set. Once you identify what you want to do, because if you are identifying you want to become a business analyst and doing a course in .NET, it's not going to help you. If you start the skill set before you identify what you want to do. So once you identify, for example, if you want to become a quality analyst, so you have to gain a skill set which is related to a quality analyst. There are some testing courses nowadays which is available in online. So here I am not saying you just go for some training centers, get trained, certified. No, that is not the case nowadays. Maybe you can say when we learned that was the case. I had to go to a training center and get .NET certified, learn .NET, but nowadays that is not the case. So everything is in the phone. You have Udemy, you have Coursera. First, try in that way. Do not invest much on the institutions where they teach you all this. Just find out from the internet. Find out. Start learning. Start learning the initial steps. Once you feel comfortable, maybe for the advanced, you can go for some course you can learn. But the first step is on your career now is to identify what you want to do and just list down the skill set for the stream which you want to go. If there is a software development, there are n number of software development courses. For the mobile application development, we have web application development, we have so n number of things. If you want to go as a software, what you are going to choose? What do you like? Like I see like most of now the students like iPhones. I see. I'm right. Like most of us, like 50% will have an iPhone now. So think if how it will be if you can develop an application in iPhone. You love iPhone, so obviously you are interested, right? So think in that way. Whichever makes you satisfied, you have to identify. This makes me satisfied. Okay, that's when you start to learn. Learning is the basics for everything. Without learning, we cannot do anything. Our .NET, our C++, C Sharp is the basic. Without that, we cannot do anything. But that is not the end. If I know only that, am I going to get a job? No. That is the basics. You have to invest in your skill set now. So what makes you stand out of the crowd? So there are, I showed you 9 different streams in the IT. Okay. So now as a fresher, you will be trying for a job. Okay. So for example, you go and say, I want a job. There is a difference in saying, I want a job, then I want to become a designer. I want to become a data analyst. I want to become a business analyst. Is that makes difference? If you say that to anyone, like they surely going to just think on a second. Being a fresher, like you're asking, you want to become a business analyst. What skill you have? What is the next question? What skill you have? So obviously you have identified it and you have learned a skill also that would have been updated in your resume. So this is my skill. To become a business analyst, I have this skill. I feel I can do it. That's where we bring the confidence. That's where you stand out of the crowd. It's not going to be everybody. Just think you're going to say you're not going anywhere and say there will be some walk-in interviews. You all know wherever you go, you just not going to say I want a job. I'm a fresher. I want a job. No, don't tell that. Go and say I want a job. I want to become a business analyst. I want to become a software developer. I want to become a .NET developer. I want to become a web application developer. When you say that, you will be redirected to the team who takes interview of a business development, web development. There might be an opening there where you can easily get into that. Instead of saying, I want a job, if you want a job, there is an opening in 100 companies, 100 positions, but nobody is going to find out where you're going to fit. That is not their job. You are going to find out what is my skill set, what is my job, and go and knock the same door. If you're standing in the crowd and you say, I want a job, it is going to be tough. So, you know, in your hands, I can be a .NET developer. Go to the door on a .NET developer, just knock it out. You will be able to do that. That is my major advice to everybody. Identify your stream, what you want to become, and invest in learning. Get as much as skills. So, this industry IT, I can tell you, you can never stop learning. Every day, every month, every 3 months, we have a target. We will be earning new skills. So start that from now. So being in the industry, I'm telling you, even we have to learn a new skill every 3 months. It's not we got a job, we don't have to learn anything. We have to earn a new skill every 3 months. So that is same. It's going for everybody, right? There is nothing pressure on you. Being a fresher, I'm telling you, learn skill, learn skills, learn skills. No, throughout your life, you're going to learn a new skill. So you're going to start today. Learning a skill. So getting a job is easy. That is what the industry wants. After you join that, they're going to ask you to learn a new skill, learn a new skill. So to get into a new path, learn your skill, identify yourself, learn your skill. So you can narrow down your path. You can go where you want to go exactly instead of like simply being on the crowd, identifying what I have to do, where I can go, how to find a job. Identify your skill correctly, learn the skill, and then go to the same door and tell me I have this skill. I think I'm fit for this skill. You will have the confidence. Hope everybody is agreeing with me on this. So far, anything like Gitanjali or someone like can confirm me? Anybody? Anybody has any questions? Anything to go over again? You prefer? Okay. Let's move on to your master degree. So we did in the start. We speak. What is post graduation? Why we have to do? Is that necessary? All that we spoke. So now coming to the point of master degree in MBA. That is what everybody wants to do, right? After our engineering. That is what we all want to do. Yes, it's a good degree. I do not deny on that. I just wanted to tell you something on this. At this moment, going into an MBA option, you are not narrowing down your path. You are widening it again. Now you are on a crowd of engineering people all together, and you all are going in a same path and trying to find a job. There is a path. If you are going to get a job, as I said, identify a skill, learn skill. That way you are narrowing down. So your path is narrowing down and your destination will be easy for you. What is the drawback on the master degree? On especially I'll say MBA. After you finish your engineering, what is the drawback? What is the disadvantage of getting into an MBA degree? Most of us want to become an HR. Some of them want to go into finance. That's all good option. I'm not denying that is not a good option. But is that a good option for you? Being an engineer, is that a good option for you? Might be. I think none of us would have talked about it, whether it's a right or wrong to do a postgraduate degree. Today I'm doing it maybe because I want to tell you what is the real fact in the industry, what mistake we are doing. By doing an MBA, we are not narrowing down our pathway. You are still widening it where you have to compete with other bachelor degree holders also, right? There are the arts and science also. They are also into a master degree. After their graduation, they also get into a master degree. So your competition here is increasing. You are getting into a huge, bigger competition. Somehow you have narrowed down after your plus two. You came to an engineering, so that's where you narrow down from plus two. Like a bunch of students came to an engineering and bunch of students went to an arts. So you are in a smaller crowd now, somewhat. Then being in plus two, it has split into two. So your pathway has narrowed down. What you are going to do after this? Again, you are going to merge into a wider participants, and your competition is going to be tough. Still, if you say HR is my skill set, HR is that what I want to do, then good, you can do it. But still, you are in a bigger competition that nobody can deny it. After your degree, you are again joining the crowd where you finished your plus two. You are joining the same competition. So that difference I want to give it to you all. So understand of and this is where like I said on during my start of the speech, I want you all to invest your time and think about job right now, and the post graduation should be your second option. And again, I say I do not deny, I don't say you don't need a post graduation, but it should always be a second option for you. Now try to identify a job. You are in a right time, in a right place. So try to identify a job. That's where I am getting into. So maybe I'll give you some tips on the way you apply for job. Maybe anything I can give you any other more explanation on this. Anybody thinks? Okay, good. If we do not have any questions, good. So I hope little bit you have listened to me. So somewhat you will keep finding your job as the first place, and then your higher education on the second. That should be your option right now. What I feel from the experience from the industry we see, I feel that is what the option which I wanted to invest in you. So hope everybody gets that. Okay. I want to give you some tips moving on in the career. We do have some integrated courses in the industry. I don't know how many of you are aware. In the IT companies, like the big concerns, the top companies like Wipro, HCL, Infosys, every company has an integrated course for a PG graduation and also an work. So I suggest you all to just go through the websites, verify, like go over it, just understand. I know there is going to be some bond on this, everything. There will be some agreements, there will be some lot of instructions which you have to go through, which you have to study. But that is also another option where you can achieve in both. You can get your master's degree also, and you can get a job also. That is also an option available in the industry which I wanted to bring it to the light. There is an integrated course. Next thing, the first thing what you have to do before you start your job search, update your profile in LinkedIn. Make sure you have a good profile in LinkedIn. As I said, if you go to LinkedIn, you will understand what the skill set plays a role, the major role. Skill set will plays a major role, and that will make you stand out of the crowd when you start constructing your profile in the job sites. You will come to know. So next, I'll suggest is to update your resume in job sites. So today, the leading job site is Naukri, and there is something also to get a job in Naukri. It's not that you go and update your profile and come out of it. Is that going to be like you update your profile and you are going to get a job? No. Naukri needs you to update your profile every week. There should be some skills or there should be some updates which you have to make into Naukri to come up in the search engine. I can tell you. During my job, like I have done some HR work, because if we need a resource, we have to find ourselves. If it's an urgency, in some cases I have some experience on being into a Naukri as a recruiter. So to tell you, we do search only active people. So what is the meaning of active? You add some skills to your profile continuously. So you update your profile continuously. So that is called active profile. So be an active profile, it will be easy for you to get a job. And next thing is like we all know. So we all what we all do is I have also done this mistake. Okay, I'll tell you during when I studied in Paris, I did it. I did not gain this knowledge at that time, so I did it. What I used to do, I used to go to a company website, like for example, Capgemini. I used to go to Capgemini website. I used to list down. I used to search and find the job postings. So what are all the jobs? They would have been given almost like I can say 40 to 50 jobs for a freshers. What I'll do, I'll go and apply to all the jobs, all the 50. What is the mistake there? All these 50 is not belongs to my skill, and probably all this 60 mail which I'm sending is going to the same HR mail ID. As being an HR, have been handling the HR account in my office. So I go and see if I see a resume from a person named for 10 times. I see, oh, this person doesn't have any skill. He is applying for all the jobs. Just reject it. He doesn't know anything. He's applying for everything, all the jobs. Just do not waste time. Just reject. So we have to be very careful. That's where the skill set plays a major role. Maybe if you can tell me, I do not, I think I have two skills, I have three skills. Yes, limited to two, limited to three max. Apply to only those jobs which matches your skill set. So on a job search, no HR will go and find a profile as a fresher profile. Even though a fresher profile, we will see the skill set. We will see, okay, does this guy has some .NET experience? Does he has some testing? If I'm looking for some tester into as a fresher, I'm looking for a tester fresher to add on to the team. I go and see on the resumes. Out of 10 resumes, anything, anywhere, the word test is listed. Anywhere, any certifications, anything related to testing he knows. If at least his interest is in testing, if he's interested in testing, so that is where you will be standing out of the crowd, and you can find out your job easily. That's how we think a lot of times, why everybody is getting a job, I'm not getting a job. I'm a fresher and everybody is a fresher, all are freshers, how come? That is because they have showcased their knowledge very well. You do have a knowledge, but you have not showcased it. That is the difference. We all share the same knowledge. We do have a knowledge, but you haven't showcased it for someone to pick it up. You have to showcase your knowledge here to get highlighted. Okay, I think this helps well. And moving on to the next is maintain a spreadsheet and follow up. We will be waiting for the campuses now. The campuses will start coming. Every week there will be some campus interviews going on. How do you track? How do you track where you failed? How do you track which level, which round of interview you were not able to get in? Why did you fail? All that you should do, right? RCA you should be doing, right? Why you failed? When if you fail, you need to analyze why you failed. For example, if you're going for an interview today, and you're going for an interview and that matches all like the criteria which I said, you identified your skill set, you got into a position like you went for an interview but still you failed. How you are going to analyze that why you failed? How I'm going to know how many interviews I'm going to give? How many companies I have applied so far? Is my search good enough? So for this, I suggest you to maintain a spreadsheet. Maybe you can join as a group. There's like we all are aspirants. You can join as a group together, follow a spreadsheet, keep updating. We have Google Sheets now. Keep updating so that your friend also can apply to the job same you have applied. Right? So keep updating. This is the company I applied today. This is the email ID I applied for this post. Keep updating. If you do not get a email reply back, just do a follow up email. We'll be able to do a follow up, right? So maybe on the other side, they also think, okay, the person is following up. They are really interested in the job. And then the next is writing a good cover letter. Probably I feel like in India this hasn't come up much. Like the people are not looking into it. But when you send an email, for example, you got an HR email ID directly, and you're going to send your profile. Attaching your profile and sending, will that be looking good? No, right? So we should prepare a paragraph or a two paragraph content about yourself on a cover letter. What you want, what you are, and what is your interest, what is your, like for example, how you give your intro about yourself. Write about yourself. Better thing. If you're going to the interview, first question is going to be that tell about yourself. So better write that now and use it as a cover letter. So all these are tips, the small things which we must, that is the major part, major role it plays. So I think mostly I spoke to you today about the job. How do you get the job? How do you get jobs on your career? So I personally feel now is the time to get a job and narrow down to your career. Your post graduation, your studies, every option should be the secondary. So with this, like these are the contents which I want to share with you. And as I said, I'll share you some experience which I have faced in the industry to become. Why I'm talking in this way today. Why I want you, I prefer you all to find your job and get placed. Okay, so 2007 to 2011, I was studying in the university, and we had a very good time with the staffs, like very interactive, very, as mom said, like we used to be talking to everyone. Studies also, we used to do good. Extracurricular activities also do good. Everything went well. 4 years went on, and we did also have a campus, and we took it very easily. We were not like giving most important. We were like, okay, job anyway. I don't know, am I, so that time, even now I said you will be thinking you will be doing a post graduation. That time even I don't know I'll be doing a post graduation. I'm like, let's see. Job, okay, let's see. There is campus interview, let's see. There are walk-in interviews also, I can go to the company, let's see. Like that it went on. So suddenly one day, I know, I used to tell my mom, like I want to become a leader. I do not want to do this coding. I do not want to sit along with everybody. I just want to be something different. I do not want what everybody does. Then after I finished, I did not get any interview. My mom asked me, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I don't know, but I want to do something different." So I'm thinking, can I go to abroad for studies? It's your wish. Okay. I did not get suggestion from anybody. That's a mistake. What I did, I started 2011 is when I finished. I got my degree. I had only 3 months. I traveled to Paris without of any knowledge, without any industry knowledge. I had only whatever I have from our university. I have it in my hand, my degree, my learnings, everything I have. Do you all think that is enough to survive in a country like Paris and without knowing the language? France is a French language. Even I don't know that. So I have to. I know it's a French. I have to speak, but I don't know that it will be that tough. I had to struggle, but I know that is what I want. The where I am here is I was stubborn on what I want. I had identified I can only be in this position I want to be. I struggled, as I said, I struggled. So that is where I give advice now. Don't do this mistake. If you're getting a job, do your job, because I see in my match people have experience and come to post graduation and the knowledge they have. Between the difference, the knowledge I have without an industry knowledge, how it helps, how much we have to. It like it is all like as I said. Yes, if you want to, if you can struggle, if you are holding on, okay, I want this, however, I have to do, then yes. As I said, like I had to struggle to get in here. It's not a cakewalk. I had to struggle. There was a number of mistakes I did going to an abroad immediately after the studies without having any experience. I did that and doing it in an information system management, directly into management. So anybody thinks that they can give a fresher project manager internship to a project manager. I struggled and I struggled and I got it finally. So that is where I want you to identify, because I do not have an experience. Without an experience, it is highly difficult to get into a job into management positions. But I had identified my skill. I gained some knowledges. I gained some skills. I started. So I understood the industry. As after I went, I understood the industry. Okay, this is all the struggle. I had so many people asking me questions. You don't have an experience. You're directly from a college and excuse me, you are looking for a management position. I said, okay, that is what I want. I chose already. I had an option to choose. After my first semester, I had an option from the college to choose to move out from management to software development. I said, no, I'm not doing it. That is not my place. I'm not doing it. Then I started analyzing it, what I have to gain to get into that position, what I need. Then, after gaining that skill set, I was able to survive in this position come as long this way. So that is what I advise everyone. Do not take it anything like it will be easy. Now you are in a place where you are going to identify what you want and fight for it. You are going to get it. Only if you fight for it, identify and fight for it, you're going to get it. That is the only advice I can give on your career. It is going to be only a sole property, sole IP who is going to identify it and you're going on a right path. Ma'am, so thank you all for the opportunity. Ma'am, maybe I am done here. Be anything else you want me to cover, ma'am? Tamil, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. That was very informative and motivating. I would call K. Ashwini to deliver the formal vote of thanks.
Good evening all. I am K. Ashwini of second year BTech IT. Deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this remarkable occasion. Let me start with thanking the Almighty God for giving us execute this successful program. Then I thank our alumni guest, Ms. Bhamini Priya ma'am, project manager in Wipro Chennai, who accepted our invitation in very short notice. Thanks for such an information and enlightening speech, ma'am. I thank our Honorable President Engineering ACS Arun Kumar sir for his motivation, encouragement, and continuous support for executing such event. I also thank our Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi ma'am, Register Dr. C.B. Palanivel sir, Additional Registrar Dr. V. Civilraj sir, and Dean ENT Dr. N. Etiraj sir for his guidance and encouragement in our all efforts. My heartfelt thanks to my head, faculty members, and students of our department for all efforts they have taken to make this event successful. Thank you.